Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how I crochet these super chunky slippers. To begin, we are going to be using super bulky number 6 weight yarn. Then you will need a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. We are first going to begin with a slip knot. Then we are going to chain 2. Now we are going to do 10 double crochets in a magic circle. So you just take your yarn and loop it around into a circle. And then here is our first double crochet. Now we are going to do 10 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we are going to pull that tail tight to close that circle. Don't pull it too tight though, because this yarn will snap fairly easy. Now we are going to slip stitch into the top of our chain 2. And then we are going to chain 2 again for the second row. Now in this row we are going to do 2 double crochets into every stitch around. And I like to crochet right over top of the tail there so that later on I do not need to go back and I don't have to weave that in. So there's 2 double crochets in the first stitch. Now here is 1 double crochet and our second double crochet in that second stitch. And we're just continuing this, so do 2 double crochets in the remaining 8 stitches here. Then we are going to slip stitch at the top of that chain 2 from the beginning of the row. Then we are going to chain 2. Now for our third row, we are going to do 2 double crochets into this first stitch. So there's 1, and then in the same stitch, we're going to do another double crochet. Now we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 9 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now in the next stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So there's 1, and there is our second double crochet in the same stitch. Now we're going to do 9 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then we are going to slip stitch to the top of our chain 2. We are going to chain 2. Now this row we are going to do 1 double crochet into every stitch around. Now we're going to slip stitch, chain 2. Now this is for row number 5. We are going to do 1 double crochet into every stitch around, and we are going to complete this all the way until we finish with row number 7. Now we will slip stitch and we will chain one. Now this is the part where we are working in the heel. So we are going to single crochet 16 stitches. You will leave 6 stitches undone in the front. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are going to chain 1 and turn our work. We are now going to work 16 single crochets until the end of the row here. Now we will chain 1 and turn our work again. So this is row 3 and we are just going to continue this pattern. So we are going to do a chain 1 and then we are going to work 16 single crochets all the way across, and then we will chain 1, turn our work, and we will work back. We are going to do this a total of 7 rows, and this is row 3 right now. Now finishing up, you will do a chain 1. Now what we are going to do is we are going to fold the ends together and then make sure that you do that chain 1. Now this is both of the correct sides on the inside touching each other. And we are going to go through the first stitch right by our chain 1 and then through the other side of the what would be technically the last stitch. And we are just going to single crochet down the back of the heel here. And there was 8 single crochets. Now chain 1, and then we are going to fasten off our work and pull that right through, tighten it, and then we will lay this flat, and this is what we have so far. So here is our slipper. Now what I'm gonna do is I want to border across the top. So here is our seam on the inside that is holding the heel of our slipper together. I like to just stick my crochet hook right to the right of that seam. It really doesn't matter where you add it. I connect with a slip stitch, and then I am going to do 1 single crochet all the way around. And again, I am crocheting over top of my tail, just one last step that I have to weave that piece of yarn in. And when you go through here, it's kind of hard to see exactly where the stitches are, but just kind of eyeball it, try to keep them the same length apart, and it should be perfectly fine. Never had an issue with how far or close they are apart. And then right now, we are going along the very top of, this would be the top of our foot area here. And again, just single crocheting in every stitch there, and then continuing on. And sometimes your hook can get stuck. And then this side for me is the harder side to find where the stitches go. But just like I said, do your best. To see if you don't like it, you can always undo it and, you know, try again. Okay, and then we are going to slip stitch, chain 1, and then I'm going to cut my yarn, leaving enough of a tail that we can sew that in, pull it through, pull that tight so it is nice and secure. So now I have my yarn needle, and I like to start off with the tail end that will be on the inside of the foot, right at our heel there. And for me weaving this in, I just go right in between the stitches, and I will go in one direction. And then I'll go back in the other direction. And then I do the same thing for my other yarn tail. And then I'm just going to cut my ends there, and I don't do it right up close to the slipper because I like to stretch it and then let those pieces of yarn just kind of disappear within the stitches. And there they are gone. So I am going to go and make my other slipper. So I have finished both slippers. These are so cozy. Please let me know if you liked this video by clicking the like button and hit subscribe if you want to see future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.